The gates of Buckingham Palace opened once again, the immaculate lawns gleamed beneath the spring sunshine, and thousands of guests stepped into a scene that looked as though it had been lifted from the pages of a royal storybook. Yet beneath the elegance, the teacups, and the perfectly tailored hats, something far more significant was unfolding. This was not merely another garden party. It was a powerful display of continuity, service, and the evolving face of the modern monarchy. And at the heart of it all stood the Prince and Princess of Wales. Welcome back to Royal Scope. If you enjoy in-depth royal coverage, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the stories shaping the future of the royal family. As guests arrived through the palace grounds, Buckingham Palace seemed almost alive with anticipation. The famous gardens, which have witnessed generations of royal gatherings, appeared ready to tell another chapter in a tradition stretching back more than a century. Every pathway carried its own story, every flowerbed seemed to stand proudly to attention, and every corner of the estate became part of a carefully choreographed celebration of public service. Among the senior royals greeting guests were the Prince and Princess of Wales, whose presence naturally drew considerable attention. Alongside them were the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, continuing their important roles within the working monarchy. Together, they represented a royal institution balancing heritage and modernity, preserving traditions while adapting to the expectations of a changing world. Yet what made this occasion especially compelling was not the grandeur of the surroundings. It was the people who had been invited. Thousands of individuals from across the United Kingdom gathered at the palace, each carrying a story of service, sacrifice, and dedication. Charity volunteers, community organizers, emergency service personnel, healthcare workers, and public servants all found themselves walking through gates that few ever have the opportunity to enter. For many of those guests, the invitation represented years of tireless work carried out far from cameras and headlines. These were people who had quietly strengthened their communities, often without seeking recognition. The garden party transformed those unsung efforts into a national moment of appreciation. For a few hours, ordinary citizens became the center of an extraordinary occasion. One of the most touching moments of the afternoon involved Prince William and bereaved mother-turned-campaigner Rhian Mannings. Their meeting captured the deeper purpose behind events such as these. Mannings, founder of the charity To Wish, has dedicated herself to supporting families facing the devastating loss of a child or young adult. Her work has touched countless lives, helping people navigate some of the darkest moments imaginable. Observers described the interaction between Prince William and Mannings as warm and meaningful. It was one of those royal encounters that transcend ceremony. Beyond the photographs and formalities stood a genuine recognition of human resilience. In many ways, the meeting reflected a theme that has become increasingly associated with the Prince of Wales, shining a light on individuals whose compassion creates lasting change. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the gardens, the Duchess of Edinburgh continued to demonstrate why she has become one of the monarchy's most respected and dependable figures. Moving from group to group with ease, she spent much of the afternoon speaking with guests and hearing their stories. Her growing prominence within the royal family has not gone unnoticed, and occasions like this offer a clear reminder of the important role she now plays. The Duke of Edinburgh was equally engaged throughout the event, greeting attendees and helping ensure that as many guests as possible enjoyed a memorable experience. Together, the Edinburghs have increasingly become pillars of stability within the institution, providing steady support during a period of transition for the monarchy. Adding an extra touch of warmth to the occasion was the presence of Zara Tindall. Although not a working royal, Zara's appearances alongside members of the family are often warmly received. There is something refreshingly natural about the way she engages with royal events, bringing a sense of familiarity and approachability that resonates with many observers. Her attendance was a reminder that royal support often extends beyond official duties and titles. As conversations flowed across the palace lawns and guests enjoyed the famous garden party atmosphere, another story quietly emerged. The Prince and Princess of Wales appeared increasingly comfortable at the center of such major ceremonial occasions. Their role within the monarchy continues to evolve, and events like this offer a glimpse into what the future may hold. There was a time when these gatherings were largely associated with previous generations of royals. Today, however, William and Catherine are stepping more confidently into that space. Their presence symbolizes continuity, but it also signals renewal. Like experienced custodians receiving the keys to a treasured institution, they appear ever more prepared for the responsibilities that lie ahead. By the end of the afternoon, as guests gradually departed and the palace gardens settled back into their familiar tranquility, the true significance of the day became clear. This was not simply an elegant social event. It was a celebration of service, a recognition of kindness, a tribute to people whose contributions strengthen communities across the nation every single day. And perhaps that is why the Royal Garden Party remains such an enduring tradition. In a world often dominated by division and noise, it offers a rare moment dedicated to gratitude. Beneath the grandeur of Buckingham Palace, remarkable individuals are reminded that their efforts matter and that their work is seen. For the royal family, and especially for the Prince and Princess of Wales, it was another opportunity to demonstrate that the monarchy's greatest strength may not lie in crowns or palaces, but in its ability to recognize and celebrate the people it serves. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Royal Scope. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Royal Update.